on Wednesday that many of us, many brothers, many sisters, many families become dull after taking the word of God. Many are actually weak in Christianity. Not only that, many do not see the breakthroughs of God in their sons, in their daughters, or in their personal life. Many keep on praying, asking God. Yes, sir. Let me tell you. Okay. Many keep on asking God in prayers, and their prayers never get over, neither they have seen the blessing. For all of them, I would like to tell you one thing. God is actually expecting you to grow in the spiritual knowledge. Your fellowship with God shall not be from far off. It shall be very close. And unless and until you come in the presence of God, you cannot enjoy the fellowship. You cannot enjoy this type of power. You cannot enjoy this type of glorious presence. You cannot enjoy this type of deliverances. You cannot enjoy this type of joy. And therefore the Bible clearly says, joy of the Lord is my strength. Because when you fall under the power of joy of the Lord, under the Holy Spirit of God, God gives you a special joy, special peace, special happiness, and that becomes your strength. Because joy of the Lord bubbles inside and it strengthens all your outer man. Your mind, your personal life, your heart, your weaknesses, your bone pain, everything will disappear. One has to be in the praise of the Lord. To have the praise of the Lord, many people think just we can go there, attend the service and go back home. Oh, I have done the attendance, I have done the Sunday service, I have done the Friday service, weekly fellowship I have attended, finish, my work is over. No. God wants you to be much more closer to Him personally in your prayer, in your faith, in your activities, in every Christian life. In another word, God is telling you that you all must grow spiritually. Your growth must continue all the time in your life. You cannot stop your growth of Christianity or Christian belief or spiritual knowledge shall never be the same level what you heard, baptized and finished. No, it shall grow all the time. Today we have about 5 brothers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Totally 6 people took the word of God. And what except they need to grow in the Lord. Spiritually, they must be able to grow. And Wednesday, when we started this message, the message was saying that every one of us must have a spiritual growth. Especially believers must grow spiritually. For that reason, we have seen the word of the Lord that tells us in Romans chapter 6, verse 4, and so also Titus 3, verse 5. Titus 3, verse 5. Not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to His mercy, He saved us by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Ghost. So God had washed you, cleansed you, sanctified you, and also renewed the Holy Spirit of God in you. You had the Holy Spirit, but it was not working to do any righteous work through you, or the power was not doing. But today God has done that, washing, cleansing, sanctifying, burying your old nature, giving you a new nature, giving you the power of the Holy Spirit, renewing the Holy Ghost that is given unto you today. And after this, the Bible clearly says, this has to be done. Verse 6:4. Romans 6:4. In Romans 6:4, the word of God clearly says, therefore we are buried with Him by baptism into death, that like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life. God wants you to walk in newness of life. God wants you to have a spiritual growth in your life. The newness of life must be totally changed life from the past life what you were doing. In religion, in Christianity, in reading of the Word, in practicing the fellowship, going to the church, everything has to be changed. And these changes must be there according to the Word of God to please God. This is what is very important. And therefore we saw that God wants you to grow. And you must have a specific goals to grow in your life. What are those goals? Number 1, Every one of us must grow spiritually. For that reason, we must always look unto our Lord Jesus Christ alone. I am not going to take this message long time. I will pray for everybody's life. So also we shall together have the Holy Communion. And with the power, we are going to see the power of God working in our bodies. Every weakness, every sickness, everything shall disappear. We all shall be healed. So coming back to the Word of God, the Bible clearly says, for the spiritual growth, you must have goals in your mind. What goals you must have? Suppose you remember a person who is a good swimmer. He has a goal in his mind. I shall become first, just keep that borderline or finish line. So also the runner. Runner doesn't look at the entire ground. He looks at the finish stage or finish line. His goal is that I must touch the finish line first. Similar way, Christians, those who are born again in the spirit and water, and those who want to do something for the Lord, those who want to receive the power of God, the blessing of God, must have goals in their life. If you have goals, putting all the strength you will run. If you have goals, putting all the strength you will swim. All manner of strength you will put into that action for whatever you are doing, either swimming, running, or any other manner of race, or any manner of competition. So also spiritual competition. Reading the Word of God more. Hearing the Word of God more. Doing the Word of God also accordingly. Many people know the Word of God, but they don't do it. They face a lot of problems, but yet they are not knowing why they are facing problems. They feel the finances are not sufficient. They feel the clients are not good. They feel the business is not taking place properly. But they do not understand. God wants you and I to grow spiritually in a proper manner, so that as the spiritual growth goes on, all of the power shall be broken. Number one, the Bible clearly says you must have a goal to become like Jesus Christ our Lord. It is really difficult to become like Jesus Christ. But then why do we have to keep the goal about Jesus Christ our Lord? Because that is what the Bible clearly says. We are going to meet Him at the end of the day. After our death, we are supposed to go to the kingdom of God, where Jesus Christ the man is seated at the right hand of God the Father. Every one of you also will be seated in the heavenly places with Jesus Christ our Lord. That's why we have to begin that race from here. Luke chapter 6, verses 38, 39, 40.
Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, and shaken together, and running over, shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure that ye meet, withal it shall be measured to you
with
again.
The same measure, now only not about tithes, with the same measure. How much time you spend in prayer? How much time you are given unto the Lord? Suppose 2 times or 3 times you are praying, and you are making a decision now. Hereafter I will be praying 5 times a day. That is the spiritual growth. Hereafter I will read not only 2 chapters but 5 chapters a day. I will not only pray in a normal way, but I will try to pray in tongues. I will not go only one day for a fellowship. I keep on going for fellowship so that I shall have more relationship with God, and I shall become what God wants me to become. Tonight, these water bottles are brought by brothers here. Brother Ajay, who has taken the water baptism. This is the only brother throughout my life I have not forced anybody for the water baptism, but I have been forcing him. I never forced anybody. But this brother, because God had given me several revelations, and keeping those things in my mind, without telling him, I was asking God, give me the permission so that I can tell him. But God was only telling me to tell him about the water baptism. Many dreams, many revelations, many times this, and today I want to declare the praise of God. That's why only brother Ajay, I was always telling him, you should become a child of God. God loves you and you should become a child of God. Today he is a child of God. He has accepted Jesus. He has been born again in the water. And God is going to bless you. He wants to distribute this water to all the congregation. So while going home, you can collect one bottle. There's somebody else also brought something for the congregation. Hurry, speak fast. Speak. From there we speak.
My son's birthday is there. He brought cake and the cards.
Your son's birthday is there. He brought cakes and cards. So next year birthday also we will see him again. Next year also we will see him. Say amen. Because last year I saw him. So this year I am seeing now. Again after next year. So next year also we will eat cakes and biscuits and cards. Huh?
Samosa.
So also he has brought samosa. Very good. Thank you, brother. इतना खर्चा करने का जरूरत नहीं था. पास्टर को याद करने का था.
10 साल से पहले खा के आ रहा हूँ.
Don't think about pastor, think about God always. Pastor will not give you anything, especially this month. But that God will give you everything, whatever He is giving for you. Amen. Yes. God bless you. Thank you for your love offerings for the Lord. Remember one thing. So we must be able to understand what measure I am with the Lord. Not only in tithes, not only in offering, not only in finances, not only in my dedication, not only in my preaching, not only doing the worship here, not only playing the guitar or singing songs, not only any work that you do here, video work or anything. What is the measure that we are going to give the same measure God will do? Now, actually, brother never tells me, pray. Did you tell me, brother? I have sickness and pray for me. Pain is there, pray for me. Never tell me. Never tells me. But God gives me the burden. God shows His face for me. Go for me and pray for me. The dedication they have given, the measure of their life and their strength and their time they have given to the Lord cares for them. I'm not a healer, He is the healer. He caused it. But I know every time when I pray, there is a result in your body. Isn't it? Last time he was bleeding for so many years or 1 year, I do not know. The day he came, but he did not tell me that he is undergoing the operation and he got better from the doctors. But still bleeding was going on. And God brought him here in the prayer time, and when we laid hands, that day the bleeding stopped. What they said about the operation time? Successful? 100%. But pain was there, that's what he was telling. God made me to understand, to bring him here. To make him come and stand in the presence of God to receive the healing. Now why this happened? The measure that you give unto the Lord, the time that you give unto the Lord, even in the fellowship when you sit down here and pray to the Lord, God help me, bless me, heal me. This prayer I'm not hearing, but He is hearing. And they are sending home the summons. He is telling the Son of God to go and pray for my child. Go and lift up that daughter. Go and speak to that brother. Go and lay hands upon him. It is not me. Many times I have noticed myself. God will suddenly tell me to turn and lay hands upon somebody and touch them and bless them. The reason is the measure that you are given unto the Lord cares for you. Your time, your money, your offering, you're also another love offering, whatsoever it may be. So also your dedication in work of the Lord and media team and also worship, every work that you do for the Lord. With the measure that you give, God wants to give it to you back. And what will be that? That must be your goal, but I must give my complete measure to the Lord. Now, God is not asking you to give your entire salary. No, I don't mean that. It doesn't mean that also. It means whatever you do for the Lord, the same way the Lord is going to give you. Time, your stand, your work that you do in the church, for everything. Verse 39.
And he spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into the ditch? The disciple is not a
Verse 40 is the important verse for today's message.
The disciple is not above his master, but every one that is perfect shall be as his master.
The Bible clearly says the disciple is not greater. The servant is not greater than the teacher and the master. Master is great. Servant of God is servant of God only. And therefore the word of God clearly says the disciple is not above his master, but everyone that is perfect shall be as his master. Everyone those who grow in spiritual knowledge, want to become straight like Jesus, God will make them like that. Unless and until you desire spiritual growth, it will not come to you. Unless and until you think, I should speak in tongues, and you start praying day and night, then only God will fill you. Unless and until you desire that I should know 10 chapters, and I should know what the chapters are speaking to us and to others, and when you keep on reading, God will give you the wisdom and the knowledge to understand and to interpret. You must have the desire to grow spiritually. This is the first important goal in your life. Like a runner looks unto the finishing line. Like a swimmer looks unto the finishing line. I know swimming. I want to tell you one thing. During the swimming time, and before I could learn, the one who taught us was always telling, when you start swimming, and when you're trying to go further, when you come in the middle, probably you may feel tired. Probably you may not be able to do it in an equal manner to swim. Your legs may work, or maybe hands may not work, or maybe hands may stop, or legs may stop. Don't look around the water. Don't look all around the water, but still keep on looking where you want to go. Do you know why he was telling? Many times I did not understand that. But even in my personal life, in the competitions, when we saw that, when we become tired for the extraordinary challenge that we are taking to swim such a meters or something in that, during that time when we looked around here, the fear will come. Fear will come of the water. Fear will come of drowning. Fear will come of something will go wrong. But when you keep on looking at the finish line, that fear will not come to you. My brothers, my sisters, the goal that you have in your life to grow spiritually will never give you fear. Will never allow you to have a fear. Therefore, one has to grow spiritually, and that thought should be there in your mind. I must grow spiritually. I must have growth in my spiritual life. In that spiritual life, you design what it may be. Reading of the Word, praying to the Lord, gifts of God, fruits of the Holy Spirit, power of God, filling of the Holy Spirit, filling of the fire of God, anointing of God, anything you can name. All this is from the promise of God, book of the Holy Bible, not from me. That's why many of us are dull in the spirit. Many of us are loose in our spirit. Many of us do not know how to face the trials. Many of us are not overcoming trials. Many of us are still in darkness. The reason, because there is no spiritual growth in our life. My brothers, my sisters, just I told you about the fear. When you try to spiritually grow, therefore God said here, look at this word 40 again, please.
The disciple is not above his master, but everyone that is perfect shall be as his master.
Again, the disciple is not above his master. Take the example of me. I am a servant only. I cannot be master. I am a servant of the master. The Bible says the disciple is not above his master. Everyone those who follow Christ, they cannot be above Christ. Every follower is called disciple, including me. The Bible says, but everyone that is perfect shall be as his master. But when you become perfect, you will be like your master. What is that perfection? Spiritual growth. What is that perfection? Holiness of God. What is that perfection? Knowing the Word of God. What is that perfection? The anointing of God. What is that perfection? The Holy Spirit of God. That's why God clearly talks about Paul and Peter, very specifically about these two ministers. Bible also says about Stephen. Stephen was full of the Holy Spirit. Bible talked about Jesus Christ the Lord, full of the Holy Spirit. When they had a Holy Spirit of God, they had a different type of attitude. Jesus was preparing by the Holy Spirit of God because he was raised in that power, and spiritual growth was so much, and that growth did not come simply. Just want to tell you the example of Jesus Christ our Lord. Jesus did not have that growth and that strength to go and die on the cross of Calvary. Every time Jesus went to Bethesda, Gethsemane. Every time Jesus went to Gethsemane. Why did he go to Gethsemane? He wanted to pray there. When he went there, early morning, that's a good time to sleep, but Jesus went early morning to pray. Spiritually he wants to grow. It is when he started early morning, the whole day he was praying. He prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane. He also prayed outside. He prayed with the disciples. He prayed on the mountain. He prayed in the mountain down. Everywhere Jesus was praying. He prayed also in the boat. My brothers, my sister, his prayer life was not just simple. It was to get the power of God. He was growing spiritually. He was making himself strong. He was preparing his body to die. And he was making all that spiritual growth for only one reason, that he shall die. We shall be saved. Amen. He shall sacrifice. We shall be free. Amen. He shall pay the penalty. We shall be enjoying the blessing. He shall die. We shall live. Hallelujah. Therefore, the Lord Jesus wanted his power of God to work in your life. Therefore, he says you must grow spiritually. And that's why when he was risen from the grave, and when he came back to the disciples, we read of the baptism of gold. Matthew chapter 28, verse 19 and 20. The Bible clearly says in Matthew chapter 19, verse 20. What the Bible says? The Bible speaks about what Jesus said unto the disciples. What did he say? He said, go and preach. Teach. Correct? Teach the word. Matthew 28, 19 and 20.
Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the
You
Father.
go and do it. You go and teach. He was telling them to get prepared. Now, disciples, surely they must have had one thought. Jesus is giving us all authority. Jesus is telling us to go and teach. But we do not learn, or we have not learned the Bible so much. So we have to learn the Bible. So there is the spiritual growth started in their life. Today, suppose I call this brother and tell you, brother, go, and tomorrow you shall go and cast out these demons, because these people are possessed by the demons. Go and cast out. He will surely think about how I can go and do it. And what he will do, he will start preparing, praying, reading the word, and how to cast out demons, and all that. It means he will do the spiritual growth. Jesus also told his disciples to go and teach. So they started preparing themselves. They started preparing the word of God. They started asking themselves how we can go and tell the word of God to them. And they were preparing themselves. My brothers, my sister, today the question is, are you preparing spiritual growth? Are you growing in the spiritual knowledge? Do you have a goal of a spiritual growth? If you do not have tonight you must make a decision. Your decision shall be, I shall have a spiritual growth. I will tell you what will happen, because the time limit is there. We want to take the Holy Communion together. And just to summon with this important message, I just want to do it one important thing to say to you, why you should grow spiritually. The second important topic is why you should grow spiritually. What is the necessity? When you grow spiritually, your prayer life grows. Your faith also grows in the Lord. So also action also grows in the Lord spiritually. And this is what happens, that you understand the command of Jesus, and you go and teach, you go and preach, you go and cast out demons, you go and heal the sick, you go and bless the leper, you go and baptize them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, Jesus Christ, and of the Lord. You do that work because of the power of God that is given unto you, because you have grown up into that level. My brothers, my sisters, if any man who is here today and facing the same problem for so many years, why I was telling him all the time, brother Ajay, don't delay, obey, because God was telling me all the time, when he obeys, that moment itself all his problem will be solved. But he had his own plan. He wanted the problems to get solved first and then obey. And all the problems took so many years.
10 years.
10 years the problem he was facing. Abhi Shukkar ho gaya? Freedom ho gaya? 10 years. He could have understood that day that when I come closer to God, I will become his child. And I will have to carry this burden. He has already carried the burden for me. He becomes my father. He makes me free. This principle he did not understand. Today, whatever trouble you are facing, whatever problems you are facing, whatever fears you have, whatever trouble that you are going under, my brothers, my sister, one thing is important. Don't look at all these troubles. Like a swimmer, when he's swimming and when he comes in the middle of the water or sea or the arena of the swimming pool, he should not look all around. He will have a fear, but where he should look unto the finish line. All the brothers and sisters, those who are here, if you want to grow spiritually, you should not look into your troubles. Don't look into your problems. Don't look into your job. Don't see your financial problem. Don't see your business is failure. Don't see that sickness is not going. Look unto Jesus directly. Look unto Jesus directly. Grow in the spiritual knowledge. As you grow in the spiritual knowledge, your fear will disappear. When the fear goes, what happens? The boldness of God comes. My brothers, my sisters, this is very, very important. When you grow spiritually, what happens? Fear goes away. When the fear goes away, you are not afraid to do anything. You will do what God has told you to do. You will go forward. You will not wait and wait and wait. You will say whether I will be successful or not successful. No. You will take up a job by prayer and God will support you with that job. You will take up a marriage by prayer and God will support that marriage by prayer. You will take up a business by prayer and God will support that business by prayer. You will also be blessed in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ and Hallelujah, because His name is continuing in your life, in your mouth, by prayers. That name has a power. Amen. That name has a power. That name has a deliverance. Automatically you will be delivered from fear. You need not to pray for fear to go. Because you are spiritually growing, fear will disappear from you. So also the darkness will disappear. Sometimes we are under darknesses. We do not know where to go and what to take and what step to take. The darkness will automatically disappear. Any operation that you are undergoing, my brothers, my sister, because spiritually you are growing, God will take control of your operation. That means when you are spiritually growing, you need not to pray for your healing. Your healer is with you. Amen. Your healer is taking care of you. Amen. And your healer will heal you. And that's what is going to happen to you. You should be able to understand, I must grow spiritually. Amen. And when you grow spiritually, all these problems will be solved. Fear will disappear. Failure will disappear. Problems will be solved. Sickness will disappear. It will not disappear by your prayer. No, God will stand and make it disappear. Because you have grown into the spiritual level. My brothers, my sister, even scholars to pray. That's why you must have seen some anointed people don't pray long prayer. Correct or not? Some anointed sons of God, they don't pray long prayer. They pray a small prayer and you see miracle taking place. They say, fall, brother, in the name of Jesus, they will fall. Brother, be healed in the name of Jesus, they'll be healed. Brother, I have a back pain and the back pain is not gone. How many years you are suffering? 3 years, brother. 3 years you are suffering with back pain? Oh, Jesus is healing you. Check up your back pain. They are healed. Why? They are grown up in the spiritual level that way. You and I are not grown up. That's why we have to pray 24 hours a day. Still nothing is happening. When you and I grow spiritually, all this type of blessings will come to you. Make a good decision tonight. Make a good decision tonight. That I will grow spiritually, and when I grow spiritually, God will solve my problem. Whatever the problem, fear will disappear. Failure will disappear. Success will come because you are standing with the successor. Because of your spiritual growth, you are standing with the successor. Failure will not come. That's what I told you. Because of spiritual growth, you are standing with the healer. Sickness will not remain there. It is very, very important that we should be able to understand all these principles. Romans chapter 8, verse 29.
For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren.
My brothers, my sisters, we are the image of God. Under the image of God, we are prepared. It means saying like God, we are prepared, but I am weak, on the operation. Sicknesses are still holding me. Maybe some problems are coming. Fear is there. My brothers, my sister, if the spiritual growth comes, these type of things will not be there. These type of things will not be there. And therefore the Bible clearly says, God's desire is that we should be conformed to the image of His Son, Jesus Christ our Lord. Like Jesus we shall be. He had power, we shall have power. That's why Paul and Peter, they never saw. See, about Paul, I'm always generally reading and finding out his character, his ministry, how he was doing the ministry. And Paul's ministry is very peculiar. His ministry is very, very peculiar. When he was in the prison, he wrote a letter to church of, Ephesia and Galatia. Pray that I shall be out of prison. You will never find that word. He never wrote a letter to Galatia and church of Ephesia saying that pray that I am in the prison and I shall be free from the prison. He never wrote that. You know what he wrote? Pray, brothers and sisters. Pray, brethren, the body of Christ, please pray for me that I shall become more bold to preach the gospel of God. He still wanted to grow spiritually. He said that pray that my spiritual knowledge shall be grown. I shall be more bold to preach the gospel. They told him, don't go to Rome. Rome will crucify you. They have decided to crucify everyone, those who preaches the true gospel of Jesus Christ our Lord. But Paul said, I will go there. I will go and tell my brethren. He was a Roman citizen. And therefore he said, I will go there and tell them that they should also listen to the word of God. And as I have changed, they should also be changed. What Paul was telling them, as I have grown spiritually, they should also grow spiritually. As I have understood the truth, they should also understand the truth. As I know the truth of God, and the truth is taking care of my life, they should also know the truth, and they shall not be perished. He was not afraid about the Roman government. He was not afraid about their power. He was not afraid about what they will do. He was not afraid about his own life, and they will kill him. He was not afraid about anything. Why? His spiritual level was grown. My brothers, my sister, did Jesus throw anywhere handkerchief and people got healed? Is it written in the Bible? Is it written that Jesus threw his handkerchief and people got the healing? Nowhere. But Paul used to throw his handkerchief and people got healed. They got delivered. They got blessed. How it is happening? Because spiritually he has grew, saying that how Jesus grew in the working of miracles, he also grew in the power of God. When you grow in the power of God, when you grow in the power of the Holy Spirit, when you grow spiritually, all the other problems will automatically get solved. You will never look at your problems at all. Paul was not saying he is in the prison. He was always saying that how I will preach gospel, how I will boldly speak, how I will go and preach the gospel, how I will tell the people that they should believe in the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth. There is nobody who paid the penalty of our sin but Jesus Christ our Lord. He is the only one who became martyr for our sin. He is the only one who shed the blood. He is the only one who went to Calvary. He is the only one whose blood is on the Golgotha, and you can measure that blood, that it was shed completely at the cross of Calvary for remission of our sins and the sins of the entire world. So much of knowledge, so much of understanding, and so much of power in his life. Only one reason: he had a desire and decision to grow spiritually. I'm going to stop here. We are going to pray first, and we shall partake into the Holy Communion. And surely the Lord will be